Hi again. Happy Friday. Hope you are all well. What am I doing sitting down? Well, first off, I'm going to share with you a book that is written and illustrated by a good friend of mine, the very talented Annie C. It's called Mama Mabel's All Gal Big Band Jazz Extravaganza. I have shared this with my granddaughter, Ayla, and she absolutely loves this book. She likes that it's about music and dancing, and it is about another extraordinary time in our lives. It's filled with beautiful illustrations, and it is available on Amazon. So I will remember to add the link to this if you are interested in a neat picture book for your grandchild or child or someone special in your life, and you would like to support a local artist. She's actually moved out of state now, but she lived here in Washington for quite some time. So yay, Annie. Today's workout is not what I was planning to do yet, but I decided to do this after visiting my dad. He really needs and wants to do some seated and postural work. So for all of the seated folks, this one is for you. Here's the chair. So you will want a nice sturdy chair that will not tip or fold up on you. Shoes, for me, I'm going to be barefoot today. Let's see, I want to get to where you can definitely see my feet. So you could be barefoot if you are on a nice stable surface, or you can wear shoes, optional. Make sure if you are on carpet that it's not a carpet that's going to grab onto your shoes and create a tipsy fall. For the first part, as we start to get warmed up, I'm going to come a little bit closer because you can do this in your chair or you can do this standing, but I want you to be able to see my hands because we will start by bringing one finger at a time to the thumb and just going to the pinky and all the way back to the pointer. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then make a fist and throw them out wide and make a fist. Jazz hands and make a fist and do that again, and then just circle the wrists, go the other direction as well. Excellent. Take your arms out, wide fingers in, clasped, out and in. So as you are doing this, you are lifting Floyd, lifting up the chest. You are contracting through your back, rotating your arm from the top of your shoulder. Yes? But of course. Let's do 4, 3, oh, I don't need my glasses on, do I? 2, 1, and excellent. Press away, contract. Press away, up to your shoulders. Press away, up to your shoulders. Press away, up to your shoulders. 4, 3, 2, 1, and reach, pull. Turning to the side, you'll see that I'm reaching forward, pulling those elbows back in along my side, staying nice and tall. Try to avoid your shoulders creeping up around your ears with this. Keep those shoulders pulled down. 3, 2, 1, elbows wide. 3, 2, 1, and step back. So if you're using the chair and you have any balance issues at all, then you would be stepping back. You may hold on to the side of the chair for balance should you need it, or you cannot hold on but know it's there in case you need it. 4, 3, 2. Hold your foot that's farthest away from the chair, back, press it down, reach, pull, reach, pull, heel up, heel down. So going longer through the arm, getting more upper body involved as we start to get the legs. 2, 1, bend the knee, pull your pelvis underneath you and press it back. In and out, in and out, in and out. One more, and let's switch sides. So for those of you wanting the chair for balance, just walk to the other side of your chair. Back and back and back. Even though I'm leaning slightly forward to do this, I am not collapsing forward. Throughout this entire workout, please try to think of keeping your spine as long as possible. 3, 2, 1. Let's hold your foot that's close or farthest away from the chair. Back, drop your heel to the floor, and reach and pull, and reach and pull, and reach and pull, and reach. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, bending that back knee, bring your pelvis underneath, chest stays up. Pull that belly button toward your spine. 4, 3, 2, 1, and nicely done. We're going to take a seat in the chair. Heels up, toes, heels, toes. Sitting toward the front edge of the chair. So you'll see I'm not resting against the back, sitting toward the front edge, so I am holding myself up, and I'm concentrating on, again, on a long spine, shoulders back and down, keeping my head floating on top. Good posture even when we're sitting. 3, 2, 1. Taking your right leg out and then lift up, take it wide, tap back in. Tap wide, tap back in, tap wide, go to the other side. So as you lift that leg up, please try to avoid this tendency to want to rock back. So you'll use your core as well as your hips to hold yourself up. And 1, nicely done. Arms out to the side. So if you have weights at home or you have a band at home that you can use, that's an optional. If you were using a band, you would grab right here at shoulder height and you would pull wide. If this is working through the back, if you have weights, you would want to actually lean slightly forward and you would be here pulling wide. Regardless, make sure that as you're pulling wide, your elbows are not going way behind your body, yes? Use the contraction through the center of your back to pull your elbows wide. 4, you can create this without any weights or without a band, creating your own body resistance. Hold it there. Now lift up your chest, lift Floyd. Hold there. 4, 3, make sure you're breathing. Count with me. 4 more, just so you can hear yourself. 2, 1, squeeze down and lift. So imagine we're going to let's make some grapefruit juice, some nice vitamin C. If you placed a grapefruit underneath each arm and you squeezed to make juice, yes? So we're not just flapping our arms up and down. Squeeze that grapefruit to make some juice. Create some resistance. Yes, let's do 4, 3, 2. This is great for your lats, great for your shoulders. Push forward, pull back, squeeze. Push forward, pull back, and squeeze. So we've compounded this exercise. Squeeze, and again, push forward, pull back, squeeze. Going to give the upper body a little break and go into lower body. Adjust yourself should you need to. Make sure you are firmly on the chair. Make sure, some of us in default as we are sitting will bring our feet way underneath us. Some people even get, this is my hubby, shh, don't tell him I told on him, but have a habit of sitting with the toes tucked under and the feet way back. So you'll notice what that does. It kind of throws your weight forward, and you can get a big arch in your back. So make sure that your feet are planted on the floor underneath the knees. Lift yourself back up and go for a march. So this would be the no. Maintain. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your leg up. Now you're going to extend that leg, pull it in, set it down. Lift, extend, roll, pull, and so this is your quadricep. You need your quads, you need your hamstrings, and you need your glutes to get you up and down out of chairs, out of the tub, in and out of the car. So these are very functional muscles that you need to live your daily life. Let's do one more. And good. Switch legs. I'm going to turn around and face you so I don't have to keep cricking my neck, but we're going to switch legs. It's the same thing. Up, extend, in, and down. So I'm lifting kind of almost parallel with the floor, but it's not about how high you can go, especially if you have to curl to get your leg higher. So just lift so your foot's off the floor, extend. You're using the top of your leg. Those are your quads. Pull in and down. Up, out, in, and down. Up, out, in. And I was talking, so I lost count. So let's do 2 more. You can always count for yourselves, and the goal is to at least do 8 on each side. Good. So hello, quadriceps. Are they feeling pretty good? You may do this one standing, or you may do this in the chair. I'll demonstrate both. For standing, hold on to the back of the chair. I'm doing it in front of the chair just so the chair's not blocking the view, but you could stand behind your chair, probably be easier for you. Standing with on the leg that's closest to the chair is going to be the standing leg. The moving leg is going to be the one that's away from the chair. Extend it behind you. You want your hips to face forward. All I'm going to do is pick my foot up toward my seat. But you'll notice I'm not bringing my knee forward. I'm keeping my knee back. So this focuses on the hamstrings. And we'll have 4, 3, pull that belly in, lift your head up, and 1, and good. So as we go to the other side, I'll demonstrate it in the chair. So I am sitting, I call this one cheek on, one cheek off. Make sure you're hanging on so you don't fall off. Now I can bring my leg, my front leg, down. And now all I'm going to do is lift that foot off the floor, still working through that hamstring. If you need a little bit of counterbalance to help with that, you can lean slightly forward. Make sure you do not go into collapse. Stay long even though you have a slight lean forward. And 4, 3, 2, 1. So We said hello hamstrings. We said hello quadriceps. It is time to get up out of the chair and hover over the chair. Sit down if you need to. So here would be modification or option number 1 is to sit in the chair, stand back up. As you stand up, see if you can stand all the way up, all the way to a squeeze in the tush. So sit or hover, and so this would be a good thing to practice if you were planning to visit Europe, as I was. In fact, my computer is sitting on top of my forlorn suitcases because I should have been packing because I was planning to leave for Italy on the 5th. Obviously that's not happening, but in those train stations there is, in many of them, there are no toilets to sit on, so you have to actually pop a squat and hold it there if you need to use the restroom in many of the train stations in Italy. 2 and 1. Good. Let's take a seat. So we have worked in and out to warm up the hips. We're going to go right back to that, but this time I want you to leave the knee lifted slightly, pull wide, hold there, and lift. 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, and it's still off the floor. Out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull. Out. 4. My hips still face front. 1 more set. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. So what happens if this is not comfortable for you? Well, let's try to do 1 set. See how that works for you. Maybe add the 2nd set in a week. Practice doing this for a week, doing only 1 set. Then see if you can do the 2nd set the next week. 2, 1, and back and down. So we have worked all the way around our hips, a little bit into the core. I would like you to sit back just a little. I am not all the way against the back of my chair. I don't know if you can see, as I'm reaching back, I have room between me and the back of the chair. Pull yourself up, still nice and tall. Think of squeeze. I want you to not think of, I want you to actually squeeze your knees together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. I want you to tighten your whole pelvic floor and your glutes at the same time. You'll notice I lift about 1 inch off the chair, higher in the chair. I'm not off the chair, just lift higher. And hold that belly button in. Reach. Breathe. I'm still. Squeeze tight. And release. Pull up so everything tightens. Tighten that whole pelvic floor. Pull that belly button in. And release. Do that once more with me. Tighten up. Whole pelvic floor. Belly. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and relax. Now I want you to, if anybody has their own ball at home, you can have that ball just set behind you. If not, just pull your belly button toward your spine. I'm going to turn to the side. I want you to see this. I think I'm going to move just a little closer So hopefully you can see this better. So I'm going to move just a little bit closer to the back of my chair. And I'm going to pull my belly button toward my spine. I'm going to round into a little bit of a C shape, but you'll notice I did not go way over here. So even though this is contracting, this is rounding through here, I'm not following through there. And 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 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And hands right here. I want you to rotate toward the back of the chair. I want your hands just folded right here in front of your chest, because when we get out here, then a lot of times we have the tendency to just want to pull our elbows around as opposed to rotating from your spine. And this, I want this to happen from your thoracic spine. Not the Jurassic era, the thoracic area. And of course you want to do that on the other side. So a lot of times it's easy to collapse. Think of lifting taller each time you rotate. That should help combat that tendency to sink. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. And posture is always so important. I'm going to scoot so I'm all the way against the back of my chair. See if you can pull your shoulder blades so that you can feel them on the back of your chair. And I want you to open, 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 and lift your chest. Keep it there. See if you can lift your head so it's floating up top, or that you're looking up toward the sky, or it could be where the ceiling meets the wall, and release. Do that again. If this is not about your shoulders, it's about contracting through the back and using the muscles of your back. So if it bothers your shoulders to be up, have your arms down lower and still lifting. Squeeze those shoulder blades back together. Lift Floyd up. Stay there. Make sure your belly doesn't fall out and your hips roll forward. Think of that you're still contracted toward the back of the chair. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Do it again. Open, open, pull in. 4, 3. Are you counting with me? I'm counting on you to count with me. And release. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. One more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. All right. Not going to say a prayer, or you might want to take this time to say a little prayer. But pushing my hands together, this is good for the wrists. But squeeze. See if you can keep squeezing your hands together. You'll feel your arms tighten. You'll feel your shoulders and your chest tighten. Pull your belly button up toward your spine. Hold it. Count 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. I'm not sure I heard you, so do it again. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Pull that belly button up, and it's what? 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Excellent. Grab the back of your chair. Lean forward. Lift up, Floyd. Lift that chest. Roll those shoulders back if you do not know what Floyd is, you might want to watch a couple of my other videos where I explain it. I think it is in, it's in my warm-up video. So we're just opening the whole front of the chest, opening the front of the shoulders. Think of lifting your spine. Ah, that feels great. Walk yourself. So once again, you are at the front edge of your chair. Extend one leg forward. Can't see what my leg is doing, can you? Okay. So extend your leg forward so your heel is on the floor. Please do not lock that knee on that extended leg. This knee is bent, foot is right underneath that knee. Hinge forward from your hip. Think of pulling your weight. Do not allow this to happen where you rotate. Pull that weight up into the hip. Think of your weight pulling toward the back of your chair, but still a little bit of softness. You should feel that stretch go from the back of your leg all the way up through your hip. And just hold that. 3, 2, 1, and now flatten your foot out on the floor. I'm not sure if that's on camera, but you went from a flexed foot, now your foot is flat on the floor. Still try to avoid locking that knee. I say that a lot. A lot of it is for my own use because I'm a confessed habitual knee locker. So one of the reasons I had such a bad back as I was younger, switching sides, is because I would stand with my knees locked and it would throw my hips into a swayed forward position, and I would have a lot of contraction through my lumbar spine, and therefore had a lot of sciatic and other issues. Add on to that wearing high heels, and had a lot of back pain. Go ahead and flatten that foot. You went from a flexed foot to a flat foot. Make sure didn't go into a locked position, still pulling your weight up into that hip, pulling your belly back. 3, 2, 1, come on up. Take a deep breath. Exhale, give yourself a big hug. Pull your elbows down. Open, 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 open. Recross. Elbows down. So this was seated exercise volume 1, and it was a little bit through lower body, a little bit through the upper body, and I hope you're feeling better for doing it. I know I do. So love you, Dad. Love all of you in the seated class. Hopefully see you back in your chairs soon. Take care.